Well, folks, a major report just released by City Council ties Jacksonville's Mayor Lenny Curry to the attempted sale of JEA. The report alleges the mayor's office was a part of the effort to sell the utility going back to 2017. On your side, David Jones has the latest from City Hall.
The City Council special committee that's been tasked with investigating the failed sale of JEA has been working for the past year. This report is the culmination of that work, and for the first time, we're seeing direct evidence linking Mayor Lenny Curry's office with the failed privatization bid.
There is no effort underway to sell the JEA by my administration, by me.
This was the mayor in April 2018, but the 138-page report from the special committee tells a different story, accusing the mayor's office of working with JEA senior leadership since 2017 to orchestrate the sale, in a process the report says purposefully lacked transparency, going on to say Curry even appointed ousted CEO Aaron Zahn to oversee the privatization bid.
I expect the report to make claims stated as facts that aren't based on facts.
The mayor slamming the report Monday before he read it.
The public needs to be heard.
Audrey Moran, local political heavyweight and vice chair of the watchdog group RJAX, drawing comparisons between JEA and Lot J, a deal negotiated between the mayor's office and Shad Khan's team.
We have to learn from our mistakes. And I believe this city council is smart and responsible. And when they read this report, they are going to be as outraged as every other citizen who takes the time to read it. And I would encourage people to do that.
This report, without a doubt, putting additional pressure on members of City Council who may still be on the fence when it comes to how they're going to vote on Lot J. That vote, though, could take place as early as this Thursday when the entire council meets again to discuss the project. We're at City Hall. David Jones, First Coast News, on your side.